Mark, can you tell me why you are involved with virtual worlds? What is your interest in them?
I've been involved in video conferencing for a long time. So when I started the research for this PhD particularly, I started looking at video conferencing. But now what I'm doing is, well, after about a year of that, I saw some conferences, some presentations here at a conference in 2006, which is comparing and contrasting the two. So I thought, here's something that's trying to look at something very similar, working at a distance and working in a kind of environment that is between people, and a way of doing a comparison. But then as I got more into the virtual worlds, I realised actually there are extra things you can do there with things like with identity and things with building 3D models. And also because of my work as actually managing a project that was involved in virtual worlds, I got drawn into that more, I think. So the video conferencing is part of the mix, but I think now mainly I'm looking at virtual worlds and what they can do that's different.
Okay. My second question is, what is the goal, the main goal you want to achieve with your students in the project you're doing now?
Right.
Can you summarize that?
To be honest, the main thing I'm trying to achieve with the students is to get loads of data for the PhD from them.
Okay.
I know that's not very pedagogically sound, but to be honest, that's what I'm doing it for.
Yes, you're doing a PhD in immersive virtual worlds,
yeah,
right?
and it's like, I've got some test subjects here.
Okay.
I mean, but
do they know that?
Yes, they do know that. What's been interesting for me working with working on this project is that my goal isn't a pedagogical one. To get involved with, to get the work and to find out what's going on.
Right.
I'm working with particular lecturers, and it's their pedagogical goals that are actually driving what we're doing in the classroom and driving what we're doing with students. So I'm coming in as just someone who's facilitating that and then finding out about the learning as well. So the ones we've looked at, there was the first case study I did was with the theatre design. So the goal there was for the lecturer wanted to find out how students were getting on with how they understood theatre design, how theatre design might be different in a virtual world, and also because we have models of real theatres in the virtual world, it was a chance for them to have a look at the real theatres, which they wouldn't be able to do otherwise. They'd have to travel to another part of the world, or they'd have to go back in time, which isn't quite possible yet. This was an easy way of doing that. So for that particular session, that was the main thing, was to actually try and achieve that. With the identity stuff that I've done with Laurie, that was about trying to get to students an idea of what it would be like to Second Life. There's a lot of barriers to using it. There's things which get in the way. You can feel very awkward, you feel very lonely. It's quite an alienating experience to start with. And Laurie's idea is, well, that's actually a lot like adolescence. So because she's working with counselling students and trying to encourage them to feel what it might be like to be an adolescent, so they can use those as, when they're counselling them, they can use that experience. She's taken them into Second Life so that they can actually feel those anxieties all over again and then reflect on them. So again, Laurie had the pedagogical goals, and then my role was to try and achieve those and then find out how the virtual world works as far as a mechanism, a medium for achieving that sort of stuff. So that's the kind of synergy I've got going with the lecturers, really. That's it, really.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay, thanks. Okay, well...